Hi guys, this is Nova No, and this is my first time making this type of YouTube video that I've been thinking about doing, which is just kind of like a vlog style, what I'm working on. I might do some tutorials, things like that. A little bit about me, I just started crocheting in July, I believe July. But the first few months were really slow. I was just learning the basics. The thing that ended up being like the big key for me in learning what I was doing and understanding things was granny squares. So granny squares really helped because it was a small project that I could finish and feel like a sense of satisfaction and completion. And it taught me like multiple types of stitches, and like it felt more interesting and fun than just doing like little swatches of stitches and things like that. That pretty quickly ended up turning into me doing amigurumi stuff, which is most of what I do. Show you. Here is above my computer some things that I've made. This around so you could actually see. These are just some current things that I've made. Anyway, I've also made like a big Pichu and like some different things. And every time I make something, I feel like I get better. Like I learn. And I'm more of like a learn as you go type of person than like probably doing it the right way would have been, you know, like learning the stitches and, you know, making up swatches of the different stitches and things like that. But I kind of like to just jump in and just start doing things. So one thing that I thought would be fun to do or to show is I am working on a temperature scarf, which if you haven't heard of what a temperature scarf is, it's like the temperature blankets, if you've seen those, where you crochet or knit or whatever your high or your low temperature of the day, depending, you can choose, every day, and then you do that for every day of the year. So there's like 365 rows, or in my case, I'm actually doing 2 rows every day, so there will be, you know, 365 times 2. I'm not very mathy, and I don't feel like mathing that, so feel free. Anyway, so this is what I've got so far. This is the row that I'm currently doing. So I let my husband pick the colors for this, so my colors aren't maybe like the same formula that you might find for like more than one person is doing them type of thing. I know that there's like some like, you know, people that are doing them where everybody's kind of following along or something. But I kind of got some inspiration. Well, I've sort of had some inspiration to try different row techniques. Because I was like, if I'm going to be doing this every day, well, first, let's back up a little bit. I measured how long this was and how many days it had been. And I roughly calculated that, any of my Doctor Who fans are going to be like, ah, I roughly calculated that this is going to be the same length as the Doctor Who scarf. Extremely long and very impractical. I also feel like I probably shouldn't have made it quite as wide as I did, although I am going out wider right now. But I probably, you know, knowing it was going to be so long now, probably should have been more narrow if I wanted it to be practical to wear. But let's be honest, the temperature blankets are also not practical. Like the few like finished temperature blankets I've seen have been like the size of rooms. Like they're giant. Which is why I wanted to do a scarf. I thought it was also just easier to keep up with than blanket rows, because I have a tendency right now to save my rows and work on them during Boba Fett on Wednesdays. If you guys haven't been watching that, you need to. I won't give you any spoilers, but it's good. So anyways, I was like, if I'm going to be working on this like impractical scarf that I'm not really going to be able to wear, I might as well like do something like, you know, cool with it. Like, I don't know, work on kind of like honing some different types of skills, like stitches and things like that. Also, I thought it would be cool at the end of the year to kind of look at it and be like, wow, look at all those like things I learned this year. So, I was doing just a double crochet, and then I do a double crochet, like a normal double crochet all the way across, and then I do a double crochet back loop only, and that's why I do 2 rows for each day. And because they don't look huge, they only are like that. The reason that there's such big chunks of these colors is actually this black is probably 1 day. It's just because the weather is the same a lot of days. But that's the whole point of the temperature charting. So a little bit about how I did mine. Like I said, I did double crochets and back loop only double crochets, 1 row of each day. I let my husband pick my colors. I have like a little color chart that I don't have pulled out right now. Let me pull that out. So you can really do any colors you want. These are the colors that my husband chose. So, primarily big twist yarn. So you can really use what you have, especially like if you have some yarn that you're not using, like you just kind of want to like purge your stash a little bit. This will be a really like fun way to do that. And yeah, you can like pick whatever colors you want. Also, there are some people that are doing like crochet along type things. And so yeah, pick whatever colors you want. And then what I'm doing is, like I said, I decided that if I'm going to be making this like unwieldy scarf and, you know, putting this much time and effort into it, I might as well make it something that I can like practice with, and I don't know, just like show some different things that I'm like learning throughout the year, almost like a yarn journal of the year or something. So I was doing the half double crochets that I mentioned, and then I actually started doing this stitch like this, which is actually from Bag-A-Day Crochet on YouTube. She did a like easy blanket pattern. She also did like a sweater in the same stitch. But basically all it is you skip a loop every other loop, or you skip a stitch every other stitch, and then into the one stitch you do a single crochet and a double crochet. So I'm doing that now, or I was doing that, and I still did 2 rows. I still went ahead and did a one that was like normal and then 1 back loop only, just because I thought it would continue to create this ribbed pattern. I'm going to flip this around. Yeah, you can definitely see better flipped around. So I have this ribbed pattern, which is what I was doing with doing the back loop only. And so I continued that into this, and you'll see that it still has that ribbed pattern. So then what I'm working on right now is the Crocodile Stitch, which I was using recently to make gloves. It's because they look like scales, and I was like, oh, it'd be like kind of cool to incorporate like a row of those. So that's what they look like before you like finish them. For these, this is still going to be a 2-row thing, but it's going to be 1 row technically, because I have to go through and do these rows of alternating between 1 double crochet and 2 double crochets, to get like the base down for the crocodile stitches to go on. So, and I don't think I need to do 2 of those in a row, so I'm just going to do that. And so if anyone has any suggestions for cool rows to incorporate, I would love those. I think it'll be like a really nice learning experience to maybe try some, like, you know, other things that I haven't tried yet, like some, you know, more intricate types of things. You know, I could do even not necessarily even just one row, but I could do like blocking of a pattern for, like, you know, that week or something. So I'm like, you know, have some fun with it, and I think it could be really cool. And then the other thing that I'm currently working on is this, which doesn't look like much right now, but it will be an axolotl, and this is Katie Did's pattern for their axolotl. So I'm really excited about that. Very excited about that. I love axolotls. And I'm just using some Big Twist Cuddle yarn, and this stuff is so soft. Working with soft yarns is like my favorite thing, because like you get to feel it, and it's like just like so happy, especially like in like the cute pastel colors. It's like so happy and soft and everything. So it's enjoyable for me. And like, you know, when you are working with yarn, your hands are constantly touching it the whole time. So it's just so much more enjoyable if you have like a yarn that you enjoy touching. At least for me. But anyway, so I think that's about it. I know nobody will probably watch these, but I thought it would be fun to do just like little vlog updates, and, you know, maybe like hang out with you. You can like put this on while you're crocheting. That's why I got the idea, is because I follow some people that I like to just kind of hang out with while I crochet. And it's like, you know, just like a little, like, I don't know, like a little community. Which is like, I just followed Rose Likes Crochet B, recently, and like I mentioned, Bag a Day Crochet, who actually referred us over to Rose Likes Crochet. So like I'm still really new to the whole crochet like world and everything. So also, if you have recommendations for like your favorite people to watch and hang out with, I also love looking up YouTube patterns. I'm like a visual learner. So I learn way better from YouTube than anything else. That was like a big key also in me actually like being able to learn crochet, because I've tried knitting like a bajillion times and just could never like get the connect. Like I just could not like make it work in my brain, in my hands. And one of the things that's really difficult, I feel like, for newbies is when you're looking at like how to crochet books, whatever you buy, you know, like Learn How to Crochet kits and things like that. They do the drawings of the stitches. I don't think I have anything over here with that on it, but they do like the drawings of the stitches. That literally looks like Latin to someone who doesn't already know what they are. Now that I know how to crochet and I have like a basic understanding of stitches and everything, they actually are very helpful to look at, where, you know, like they have everything kind of grayed out, and like the like certain stitches are highlighted to show you what you're doing. They're helpful now. They were not helpful for me before I got like a good basic foundation of what I was doing. So YouTube made a very big impact on me actually being able to pick it up. So thank you to everybody who makes YouTube videos. I would love to be able to contribute to that and help other people the way that the YouTube videos that I watch have helped me. And I'm totally like, you know, here for, name dropping other channels, and just like this being like a happy, safe place for everybody. Not like, you know, competitive or anything like that. So feel free to drop your channels or drop your favorite channels anytime. But I hope you guys have an awesome day. And if you guys are making a temperature scarf, or even just whatever your current project is, let's talk about it. Like let me know what you're doing. All right, guys. See you next time.